John Barilaro, all of this stuff is now coming out about the trade roll that he himself set up. So, quick recap. John Barilaro got accused of corruption in his position and then ended up stepping down. He ended up suing Friendly Geordies and he retired from politics, right? And everyone was like, oh, okay, cool. Seems like that's worked itself out, you know? Like, this guy has done a lot of seemingly shady things, has appeared to have potentially, in other people's point of view, committed a bit of apparent corruption, all unproven. This is all hearsay. Absolutely not fact. And then he's retired from politics, which is about as close to admitting it as you can get when it comes to politicians, right? But then, a few months after that, everyone leaves him alone. Like, oh, great, we got rid of him, no worries. A new job gets announced, the New York trade role. And the role is just to find wealthy Americans and talk to them about the idea of investing in Australian businesses. Basically, a fake job, right? $500,000 a year, and this job goes to none other than John Barilaro. And when you have a look at when John Barilaro was in office, that position was created and announced by him, right? So everyone immediately is like, okay, this is very suspicious. This guy retires from politics and immediately gets a job that he announced, and it's a $500,000 a year job, all expenses paid, the travel, the food, everything. $500,000 is the wage, right? If he incurs any expenses while doing that, which of course he will, expensive dinners, food, travel, a lot of stuff that can't really be scrutinized, that's all billed to the government. And then also he got a $900,000 office renovation in New York too. So this is like, I don't know, $500,000 for him, but maybe costing $2 million a year to the taxpayer, right? So everyone starts going, hang on, why has he got the job? And then it comes out that a different woman was actually given the job before John retired, and then 2 days before he retired, she has the job taken away from her, and in her words was told the job was going to be a present for someone. And then John retires from politics, and then it's announced that he gets the job. So everyone is immediately like, what the fuck is going on? This sounds super corrupt. This sounds like absolute bullshit. And then the Premier of Sydney comes out and goes, actually, all of the processes were followed, blah, 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 blah. It's not corruption. He's the most qualified person for the job. And then it comes out that this woman was actually the most qualified person. She got the job and it was taken away, right? Now, he stepped down from the job, right? Immediately after all of this stuff comes out, he steps down from the job, which again is about as close as a politician can come to admitting, yeah, that was a little bit fucking shady, wasn't it? But now it's come out. John Barilaro's former chief of staff claims the then deputy New South Wales Premier has stated as early as 2019 that he wanted a New York trade job for, quotes, when I get the fuck out of this place. This is John. Or this is what the guy says John said. Don't want to get sued. I don't think I have the ability to raise $1 million in a crowd fund. This is it. This is the job for when I get the fuck out of this place. Connor alleges that Barilaro told him after the meeting. And the chief of staff says, but John, the agent general, which is the London equivalent of this job, will be filled well before you retire from this place. John then responded, I don't want to go to London. Fuck that. I'm off to New York. This guy sounds like me.
God.
That's exactly what I think. Fuck that. I want to do comedy in New York. When I get the fuck out of this country, I'm going to New York. We should get the taxpayer to give me $500,000 to fucking do that, and $1 million office, pay for all my food and my travel, right? So now it's just absolutely looking like John has planned his retirement, gotten everything that he could out of politics, including maybe potentially, some people say, some stuff he shouldn't have been able to get out of politics, and he's just created this job for himself to basically just live on a permanent holiday and do fuck all, funded by the taxpayer, in a job that really has no accountability. It's not like people voted for him. That's the ultimate job in politics. You don't want to be a politician. You want to get put into a role where no one can vote you out of it. You just have the job. Right? And at this point, I was annoyed about this, but to be honest, I'm just impressed. And I got to give it up to John. Absolutely well done. Scam king of the year. I couldn't have done this. And I'm a pretty good scam artist. This is impressive now. The only thing that sucks about this is he got caught. And I just love that if Friendly Geordies didn't dress up as fucking Luigi and do all of this stupid shit to John, he just would have had that trade roll and gotten away with everything that he had supposedly appeared to have done, allegedly, if some YouTuber didn't make all this stuff about it. And it's awesome that the news just wasn't covering any of this dude's behavior until a YouTuber starts talking about it. And I think this says a lot about the state of our media, is that they just would have let him get away with it. So he's now resigned from that job, and I hope he just fucks off. But yeah, very interesting that now that ICAC's looking into it, the Corruption Commission, now other people are like, yeah, it's pretty fucking bullshit. Now, it's time for the worst part of the podcast.